Hi guys and welcome in Melliodas Gaming in the last part of the Battle Royale, the biggest event I've ever created in my community, the Melliodas Gaming community, and today the last part of the biggest battle in Conflict of Nations World War III between Africa and Europe. Today is the operation of the Atlantic Sea, where we are going to perform the biggest naval attack on the British Navy and of course the European submarines there in the Atlantic Ocean, and we are going to make a breakthrough through the English Channel to be able to perform the knockout. The knockout is going to be a combination of an attack, of a naval attack, and also a land attack, a land invasion from the Caucasus and from the Black Sea. So today in this video you will see the resume of this battle, you will see what will happen and the destiny of this series, who will win. Of course it is obvious that the Africans are going to win because we already managed to take down Austria, we took down also Romania, and now we are advancing to the lands of the United Kingdom and Belarus. They are now fortifying their last resorts, their last homeland cities in the center, so we need to break through to their last defenses and take them down. And here the wall of the Adriatic Sea, I took down some stacks of cruisers here of Austria. You can see here the notifications and the stats, and you can't even imagine the number of casualties between me especially and Belarus. Later I will show you the number of these this huge tremendous number of casualties between Egypt and Belarus. So now I am trying hard to break through the Adriatic Sea and take down those Austrian navy, and at the same time Belarus and United Kingdom, they are fortifying their European Atlantic coasts with a lot of attack submarines and elite submarines and also surface vessels. But my navy is moving as a unit with a combination of course with the command of my Admiral Melliodas. He is leading the naval fleet, and now I am going to start the assault in the coast of Bordeaux, where I am going to start this naval assault. The strategy here is to, of course, to have the inspection with the help of the naval recon aircrafts, because they detect submarines. I have the cruisers, they don't really see submarines, they don't have a sonar. So this is why my cruisers in the sea, they are equipped and they are escorted with my naval recon aircrafts to give me a good vision of stealth units, stealth naval units, which they are the ballistic missile submarines and also the attack submarines. Here Plymouth is a rogue city now because we bombarded it so heavily, and this is our breakthrough, my land front from the Iberian Peninsula, because I'm making three fronts here. One front from the Caucasus, the second front is from the Black Sea, from Romania, and the third front is from the Iberian Peninsula, or today is Spain. Here, the last defenses of Romania, I'm going to use my perfect land army composed of multiple rocket launchers and all kinds of anti-air. I'm going to attack from distance all of those land radars and destroy Romania once and for all. And of course, the most important enemy here is Belarus, because he was the strongest one amongst them. So I am 100% sure that he still has some defenses in his homeland city. That's why I'm going to destroy Romania so fast and later encircle Belarus from both sides, from the side of Romania and from the side of Russia and the Caucasus. Like that I can encircle him and attack him from both sides. So here another stack, another task force has been destroyed, and let's move to the next one. I'm using a stack of 4 cruisers. I will send more and more stacks to help me with this assault. So yeah, another stack of cruisers has been destroyed. I am doing very well here in the Adriatic Sea. I'm doing what my allies couldn't do, because you know, in the Adriatic Sea, if you see the previous episodes, that Libya and Chad at the same time, they sent their task forces to destroy the Adriatic wall, but they really found a lot of problems there, because the line of defenses of the Austrian Navy was close to each other in a way that if you attack one radar, the other radars at the same time, they are going to counterattack. Like that, you are going to have a lot of casualties, and why not, you are going to lose your task force. This is why the angle of the attack is very important in naval battles. You need to attack one naval radar and avoiding the other ones from the counter reaction. These small calculations, they are very important in this game if you want to be an expert or a very good player in Conflict of Nations, because it is like a board of chess. It is like a chess, nothing is different here except that Conflict of Nations is full of details, is full of strategies, and you can do a lot of things here. So you need to know how to play your game and of course do some calculations. You have to love the game to be able to be creative in it. I really love it, that's why I am so creative in Conflict of Nations. And now we are under the operation of English Channel. The English Channel is going to be a little bit hard to cross because I know that they are going to position a lot of defenses there. Also, there is a land radar in London, and maybe it's going to be mobile artillery or maybe multiple rocket launchers, because in these small channels they are the perfect places to perform a defensive stand, because you can use Air Force, you can use a lot of Navy, and especially and more important, you can use artillery because they are going to be lethal in such cases and in such positions. But we don't care now, we have the numbers, we have the majority, and also we have the strength. This is why I am going to break through with all of my Navy through the English Channel, because once I cross that channel, jackpot. United Kingdom is encircled. I'm going to bombard all of his coastal cities and he is going to be mine. So United Kingdom, it's only a matter of patience here. I need to wipe out all of their last naval units, and later on I can take care of those cities, bombard them, take my time to take down all of their land cities trapped in the center of United Kingdom, because it's an island and they have no way out. Especially when I perform a naval blockade, which is my favorite naval strategy in the game, when you really encircle someone in the inside. You can perform such strategies with United Kingdom, you can also do it with Japan, you can do it with New Zealand and Australia, all of those islands you can do it. This is my Caucasus front. I am going to enter from Rostov. I have 4 stacks equipped with anti-missiles, mobile sun launchers, mobile anti-airs, and more important, some infantries and multiple rocket launchers. And of course my stealth drone is giving me observation on those cities in Ukraine, Donetsk, Kharkiv and Kiev. This is why I can move carefully, because I have a vision. Here my anti-air, the anti-air of my frigates is detecting some aircraft. I already can see the aircraft radar there. So let's go and see it. Maybe there are air superiority fighters or ASW helicopters, because they had a lot of them. So this is Naval Fighter Squadron. As I said, it's naval fighters. That's good. My frigates, they will take good care of them. Okay, now we are so close to that naval radar. It's going to be a precise attack, because I need to attack and go back to avoid counterattack. And also the second stack, third, fourth, fifth stack, if each one is going to attack and go back until that naval radar is wiped from the map. My admiral has already engaged. That stack is still standing. If it is going to still standing, it's 100% a stack of cruisers, because it have a lot of hit points, so it's going to absorb a lot of attacks. So it's understandable if you attack it with 3 stacks of cruisers and it is still standing. Chad and Ethiopia and also Libya, they did an amazing work in Europe. They already wiped out all of their homeland cities. They attacked with a full scale attack with a lot of infantries, and they took all of those lands. Of course, the Europeans, they lost most of their land forces on the front, on the Turkish front, where of course the big battle was held in that position, so they put all of their forces there, and the stack is wiped, and now we can move forward peacefully. This is how you take down a naval stack without receiving no damage, without losing no ship, without losing anything. You have to be quick, you have to attack and go back. You can do that strategy only if your enemy have a Security Council membership and he activates the aggressive attack. Like that, whenever you establish the contact and you attack him, he will reply so fast. This is the feature of the aggressive attack, which is useful for the Security Council membership users. Okay, let's go now. I will launch some cruise missiles on London. I hope there is no anti-missiles there. I'm not going to waste my time attacking it with my ships, because I need to advance more and more through the English Channel, because I need to bombard all of those northern coastal cities of Belarus and also UK. Our task force has eliminated the naval fighter squadron. That's nice. That's good. Okay, looks like my cruise missiles have been intercepted. Yes, it's understandable that London, it's 100% it's going to have anti-missiles. So now what I did, I triggered the anti-air, maybe it's SAMs or I don't know. So once it is triggered, now it is in a reload time. That's where the second wave is going to come. So that's what I did there. I sent the second wave of cruise missiles. So those cruise missiles, they will be affected only with the defensive points of the existing anti-air in the capital London. There is no offensive points, you understand? Because it's the reload time. And during the reload time, they don't launch attacks. That's very important to play on the time, and the strategy was successful because I destroyed what existed in London, and it was an anti-air division, maybe mobile anti-airs and SAMs, because if it was many anti-missiles, my cruise missiles, they will not survive, because the defensive points of the anti-missiles, they are very high and very strong. So yeah, you should put that in your mind. So my NPA, they are advancing and they are giving me wider vision on the ocean. And yep, as I knew, as I anticipated, they still have more and more naval defenses. Of course, when they saw that I have the upper hand with the naval battle and they really destroyed most of their navies, 100% they will think about retreating and making a last stand before their homeland cities. So let's have a look now to the map. I'm going to take zoom out to show you now the map, how it is it, and our coalition, how much lands he took. So look at the African Empire, the African United, how much lands we took. It's from Mali all the way to eastern China. It's an amazing empire, to be honest. It's something pleasing to the eyes. Okay, so 2 naval radars, they are waiting for me north of Germany. Okay, as usual, I will split my navy in 2. Each half is going to be positioned in front of the naval radar, and as usual, we are going to attack and go back until the naval stack is destroyed. And the last man standing here, the Austrian last stack of cruisers. I'm going to be patient with it. I'm going to launch each attack in 60 minutes, of course, and avoid the counterattack until it's down, because I need to give the safe passage for my allies to be able to take down all of those surrounding cities through the Adriatic Sea. It's very important. Okay, now we engaged against the task force of Belarus. How many ships does Belarus have? Like, from the beginning of the game, I've been taking so many ships, so many submarines, everything, and he still have more and more. By the way, I want to speak about Belarus. To be honest, it's a very, very underrated nation, because I really now organized 3 battle royales. The first one, this is the second one, and the third one is also undergoing it. We are still playing it. And Belarus is always strong in all of the battle royales. Do you know why? Do you have any idea why Belarus, with only 6 cities and small nation, in a large scale battles is going to be one of the strongest nations in the game? Why? I am going to give you the answer why Belarus is very strong. Because if you take all of your surrounding cities, you take the nations and your neighbors, you know that Belarus is surrounded by a lot of cities. It's a very rich area. Of course, look at Belarus. On your south you have Ukraine. On your left you have left south you have Romania, you have Serbia, you have Poland, you have on the north you have all of those Baltic states. Like, imagine, Belarus is 100% like Austria. Also, Austria is a very rich nation because it is surrounded by a lot of lands and a lot of cities. But you have always to make sure that these cities, these nations, Belarus and Austria, you should always play in a coalition, because playing solo with such nations is very hard. This is my ally, my beloved ally, Ethiopia. He made the breakthrough through the Belarusian lands. I'm so happy that he had the courage to do it, because we know that he still have a lot of defenses, and you can see already in Minsk and Brest, where the Ethiopian armies they are engaging in battle against Belarus, he still have a lot of defenses there. So I will help him with my artillery. I'm going to put my multiple rocket launchers in open lands, because in Belarus we don't have mountains to benefit of the plus 25% of attack. And also I don't want to put my multiple rocket launchers in jungles and forests, because I am going to have a minus 25% of attack. So the good compromise here is to keep them in the open lands, because I don't lose anything and I don't benefit of anything in the open lands for the multiple rocket launchers. So yeah, you have also to think about the geometry in using your armies, because you don't want to focus on multiple rocket launchers and later you put them in jungles or forest provinces. This is very not professional, because you will lose a lot of offensive points, and your multiple rocket launchers, they are not going to be offensive. It's the same goes like attack submarines. How you can follow the strategy of attack submarines and later you put them in shores, in coastal waters, and you find your attack subs with half HP. Let's have a look here. I'm going to show you something amazing. Belarus have 247,000 casualties. 247,000 casualties. United Kingdom is 77,000. But Belarus, 247,000. This is the first time in my Conflict of Nations career I see such a huge amount of casualties. This is a record in the game. Like, seriously, I have played hundreds of games and I make sure that this number is the record of the Conflict of Nations World War III, because in any war before, we have never reached like 247,000 casualties. I had, by the way, 150,000. You can imagine the scale and the size of this battle between Egypt and Belarus. To be honest, I want to thank the European coalition for this amazing battle. I want to thank every member of them. I am going to mention them now name by name, and we had our victory finally. It has been a marathon, a very long battle, but eventually Melliodas have finished the first and my team was the winner. Second is my ally Soyal, so Belarus was Bark Place, he did an amazing job. My allies are Are Mercy, Agabasti and Random AM. The other teams, also the United Kingdom and James. Thank you James for the amazing land battle and naval battle. And this is the map. This is our bounty. This is our performance. And this is how we won the biggest war in the Conflict of Nations World War III. The Battle Royale is won by the African team and of course by the leader Egypt. So I hope you guys enjoyed this series of 12 episodes. It was the longest series I've ever made in my YouTube channel. I hope you really liked it and you enjoyed we saw everything in this battle. We saw everything, a lot of missiles, a lot of navy, a lot of land armies, we saw elite helicopters, we saw elite railguns, we saw everything. It was an amazing journey. I've learned so many new things in this battle, and thank you guys for your support, and see you in the next series. Bye bye.